living example of dealing with unions, project labor agreements, Davis-Bacon, in Philadelphia. This is going on right now. So, John, please share it with us.
Okay. Thank you. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in that sight, O Lord, my strength and my Redeemer. I'm blessed. I'm blessed by the best, and I'm praying for the rest. That includes everybody. We're fortunate in Philadelphia to have a mayor that was not elected by the union. He wasn't considered to win this election because past elections have been controlled by a lot of dollars and had a lot of influence on who your mayor would be. But this mayor did not accept, and he did not support the unions. So he got elected and didn't have to worry about the unions. So as a result, we had last year the convention project, which was a $700 million project. The leadership with City Council under the auspices of our female councilwoman, Donna Reed Miller, pushed the issue that sparked the mayor to take another look at why the unions are so dominated in the city of Philadelphia. Michael Nutter decided to deal with them and to make them change their ways. The battle began on the proposed $700 million convention center project, which City Council demanded to know from the unions their racial makeup and their gender demographics and why they wanted the project labor agreements on this project. Pat Gillespie, the president of the Philadelphia Building Trades Council, he irritated council by telling them that they don't have that number or how many minorities and women were in the unions. So that was a big lie. We had an investigative reporter by the name of Tom Frederick, Jr. from the Philadelphia Tribune. He gathered the numbers and he published them. And he circulated it, and it got back to the mayor, and it was shocking. It was really shocking. Outside of the general laborers, 80% of the contracts, or 80% of the workers, were white males, and 70% lived outside the city. And then on the non-union projects, 72% were minority employees, and 71% of them lived in the city. So the mayor, seeing those numbers, he summarized it by saying this is economic apartheid, economic apartheid. So the city, which is comprised of about 55% minorities, 46% black, set the ground rules along with council to make a change, So Mayor Nutter took action. He formed a commission. A commission called the Mayor's Commission Advisory Council for Construction and Diversity. And their mission was to establish a 5-year strategic plan on how to increase and include minorities and women in the workforce in the unions. Meanwhile, City Council had raised the numbers for the goals for minority hiring from 13% to 35%. That in itself got the unions pissed off. And they said they were going to ignore those goals. And that was the wrong attitude to take. City Council then told them that they would rescind the public labor agreements. Then the unions came back. So, well, wait a minute. We'll agree to 50% workers to be from the Philadelphia residents, 25% being black, 10% being Hispanic, 10% being women, and 5% being Asian. Well, the unions agreed, and council agreed to let them come in to build this convention center. Now, the convention center had to have also an oversight. So they had an oversight committee to make sure that the inclusion of minorities and women were actually real on this project. I, representing the National Association of Minority Contractors, the Philadelphia chapter, also the vice president for the whole Northeast region, which covers from Maine to Virginia. I had questions. So I asked